What's up, Rob? Crank Hoboken Gym. Today's fitness tip of the day, we're emphasizing on the lower body. So what we're doing, what I tend to do, is I try to balance out each plane of motion. So like you always hear me say, for every push there's a pull. In regards to that, it's, in everyday life, we are dominant in certain movements, right? So certain muscles work harder than others. So what I tend to do is try to balance everything out. That way everything's working in sync. That way we try to reduce the risk of injury, and that way one muscle group is not as strong as the other. So you want to be very functional, if you want to say. So you want to be, make sure everything's strong. That way you have less, you're less prone for injury, less weak points. So do the best you can, you know what I mean? So in this case, we're working the lower body. For me, it's, if we're going to work the back or the front, if we're going to work the front, if we're going to work the front, we're going to work the back. And if we work the back, we're going to work the front. Because you want everything just as strong as the other. That way, nothing overpowers the next muscle group, and then you're injured, and then kind of sets you back, and then it's a big bummer, right? And you want to look the best you can, and you want to feel really good, right? That's the point of it. So in this case, I'll show you the deadlift. It's working the posterior chain. It hits the back, hits your whole posterior, it hits your whole body if you're doing it right and you're working with the right load. It's definitely a great exercise, mother of all exercises. In this case, we're emphasizing on the glutes, the hamstrings, and the heavier you go, it incorporates more muscle groups, especially as you start to fatigue. All the synergistic muscle groups start to kick in, right? So all the little muscle groups start to, as the big muscle groups get tired, they kick in to help out, right? So that's what you want. Now, when I do the deadlift, we're gonna balance that out with, let's say lunges, right? Or split squats. That way we hit the interior, the front part of your legs as well. So you wanna kind of push-pull effect going on, right? So if you watch what I'm doing with the kettlebell, I'm gonna show you from the side view. You wanna stretch out, push those hips back as far as possible. That way I feel the stretch in my hamstrings and my glutes. And I drive it up, squeeze my glutes at the top, and I sit back. Notice how I push back as far as possible, drive it up, and I sit back. All right, I hope that you got that. And then the split squats. Let's go with split squats. You can do elevated. There's so many ways you can cut the pie and stimulate your muscles. In this case, I'm gonna hit the frontal part, the anterior. So I get a nice little stride there, big stride. And what I want to do is break at the back knee, drop as low as possible, pushing off my front heel, right? All the way to the top, and then come back down, chest is up, stomach is tight, stay engaged, drive it up. Now whatever I do on one side, I want to do on the other, right? Now you can modify it, you can regress it, but the whole point is work all planes of motion, very important, all right? All right, guys. Till next time, stay tuned. I hope that helped. I hope I didn't blabber your life away with that one. But have a great day, guys. Have a great one. Peace. Crank.